furthering their agenda and bring down the population. Verse 7, behold, I'll raise them out of the place whether you have sold them, and now return your recompense upon your own head. And what's the Lord doing right now? He's raising us up. That's Revelation. Revelation chapter 11 and 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. Babylon is that great city. Sodom and Egypt, Sodom goes back to sodomy, which is homosexuality, which America has legalized. Alright? And Egypt is a land of captivity, which you read in the book of Joel, the 2nd chapter, where we were sold on to the Grecians. And this land, if you go the next block over, you'll see Roman numerals, all right, which is dedicated to the Greco-Roman Empire, which that's what this society is all about. When you go into history, they're glorifying and they're idolizing the Roman Empire system, Greco-Roman Empire system, and their history. And they're saying that what? Civilization started with the Greeks, which is nothing but a damn joke, showing you that they don't reverence the Holy Scriptures. Because the Bible will tell you, way before the Greeks came up, there were the Babylonians, there were the Egyptians, all right, the Medo-Persian Empire, all right, you had Moabites, all right, you had the Ammonite. A lot of empires came up before the Greco-Roman Empire, man. And even their empires was greater. Because the Roman and Greco-Roman empires compared to iron, right? And brass. Go back to Revelation chapter 11 and 8. And their dead bodies, well, the scripture said the Lord's going to raise us out of the place where we were sold. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also the Lord was crucified. Well, it said what? It said Sodom and Egypt, where our Lord was crucified. We know that the Lord was not crucified in Sodom or Egypt. So it's spiritual. It's where they pretty much take the Bible, because the scriptures is what? Yahushua is the word, man. And what have they done to the word? They've pretty much thrown it out the damn window, man. Alright? And they're throwing in all these other laws. Alright? Now, a homosexual has more rights than what the Holy Scriptures say and history says. Because the destruction of Sodom was an end sample onto those who should live ungodly after. Right? This is a book about Proverbs. It said dead bodies. So let's go into what that dead body represents. Spiritually dead. This is Proverbs 19. I believe there's also one in 16. Let me see. There's in 16. And the scriptures say, he that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. Right? So the way of understanding is the word Yahweh Shemi Oshai. In fact, the book of Deuteronomy, I believe that's the 5th chapter or the 4th chapter, the 7th verse, tells you the law, statutes, commandments is our wisdom and our understanding amongst the nations. This is Deuteronomy. Is that 4 and 7? No one will find that scripture. 4 and 5 it says, behold, I've taught you the statutes. Proverbs 29:18. Proverbs, I did just check that one out already. 29 and 18. I thought it was one in 16, 19, maybe 21, but let's go with Deuteronomy 4 and 5. It says, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded me, that you should do them in the land where ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding. So when a man wanders out of the way of understanding, he's wandering out of the way of the word Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. The commandments, law, statutes, commandments. It says, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. Right? So he that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. Let me get it here. This is Proverbs 21 and 16. It says, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. Right? So if you wander out of the way of understanding, you're going to remain in the congregation of the dead. Because let's go back to Revelation 11. So the dead body is not talking about a physically dead, but spiritually dead. When we were following after all these different religions, worshiping all these other gods, right? And not acknowledging the word of the Most High, because these religions are just a guise, all right? It's in other words, it makes you pretty much a counterfeit, a fake, a hypocrite, a crook, a scam, all right? And that's what all these people in these religions are. As you see in these last days, you think that they be out here shining bright, all right, powering up, but they're not, all right, showing you that they're cowards, they're fakes, and they're not being hidden. It says, Revelation 11 and 9, and they of the people and kindred and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their bodies to be put in graves. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry. While we were in captivity, we were worshiping the white Jesus, all right? Under that white supremacy mindset, these nations rejoiced because they had us in captivity, man. Judah kept them, right? In fact, let me get that in the book of Judith. The one on get it. Let's go. Book of Judith. Esther, Judith. With Judith.
Yes. Oh, well, why? She doesn't know. You're just like you're just.
This is Judith chapter 5. So this is what goes on when we don't do what's right in the eyes of the Heavenly Father, we get consumed with the curses.